YouTube, it's your boy Pico.Blurred back again with another content drop. My client is about to be here. We have a haircut. In this video, I want to show you guys how to achieve a nice haircut and style on a client that has a very flat head. Now, the back of his head, it doesn't flare out. It's super flat in the back. So you want to make sure that you're giving them the style that looks good and complements their head shape. Most of the time, I see a bunch of stylists out of these hairstyling places, even some barbers, and they'll take the haircut way too high. They'll bring like a number 4 guard all the way up to the crown, and it just ruins the whole silhouette of the haircut. It doesn't look good because the back of their head is so flat. So maybe from the front view, it looks fine because everything is square. But as soon as you look from a profile, from the side profile, it's very flat and it makes their head kind of look oddly shaped. So you want to make sure that you're shaping it to suit that client and make sure that the back of the head doesn't look super flat. So to achieve this, I'm going to show you guys my steps and the style that I choose for my client to make sure that it doesn't look that way. Here is what his haircuts used to be like before he started seeing me consistently. Obviously you can see that it's very flat in the back because of how his haircut used to get cut, where it was brought up all the way to his crown pretty much. So there wasn't any bulk around the parietal ridge above his occipital bone, so it left his head very flat. And like I said, we don't want to be bringing the hair up and cutting off all the bulk above the occipital bone and around the parietal ridge in the back, just because if you do it that way, he's gonna end up looking like Bert. And we do not want that. We do not want our clients looking like Bert, man, okay? It's not a good look. It's not a good look. So you want to make sure you're very detailed and very specific on the shape of the hair in the back. On the sides, we kind of go off the shape of the head, but in the back of the head, since it is super flat, we want to give the illusion that it has more shape. So we're gonna leave bulk there and flare out just to give it that shape so it's not as flat when you're looking at it from the side profile. You don't want your clients walking around like somebody's gonna be like, man, I don't know what he did to his barber, but his barber got him messed up. We don't want that. So we gotta make sure that we're shaping it right for the client specifically. You know, you can have haircuts and they can kind of be the same techniques, but it's gonna differ from person to person just because of their head shape, the hair texture, everything like that. So, but he's about to be here, so let's go ahead and get into the first kind of steps on the fade and what I do to begin the shape of the haircut. All right, y'all, I got my hair sectioned. And what I'm gonna do first to set up, so he's gonna get a taper, not a fade, he's gonna get a taper, but still kind of the same concept. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my 2 guard and I'm just gonna get rid of all this bulk. But watch when I go to the back, I'm not gonna take the bulk as high just because we want to leave bulk above his occipital bone since he does have a pretty flat head in the back. So here's my comb. You guys can see there's not much flare out from his occipital bone. It's pretty flat back here, which is what we don't want. So we don't want to bring or cut down all the bulk all the way up to his crown just because it's gonna give a shape that's not very pleasant from the side profile. So what we do is we drop our bulk line and we keep bulk around his parietal ridge in the back and above the occipital bone just to create the illusion that his head is a bit more round in the back. So we'll get a start. I'm taking my number 2 and I'm just gonna clear all the bulk. Like I said, on the side, you can go up and go off the shape of his head just because you still want that square look on the sides. But as you get towards the back, you do want to drop it down and keep it below the occipital bone and flare out. Like I said, just so it leaves bulk and it creates that shape, that round shape that we're looking for. And in the back, you can even use your comb as like a buffer point, just so you're not taking it up too high. You can kind of feed the hair from the comb into the teeth of your guard, and then it'll keep you below a certain spot. If you don't want to bring it up too high, you can bring the hair to your clipper, and then it's going to keep you at a base where you're not going to push it too high. And don't worry about making the transition too clean right now. We're just clearing out bulk to get ready to do our taper on the sideburns and the back, but we're still gonna blend up into the parietal ridge. We're just clearing bulk so we can see what we're doing when we go in for the taper. And so now we have our bulk cut down. We still have hair up here and up here. And as you can see, it's gonna create the illusion that it's a bit more round. It's not as flat, especially when we cut the top to match this. Everything's gonna lay right here, and it's gonna give that round shape that we're looking for in the back. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of this cut done. And I'll catch you guys at the end when we style it, and you can see the final product. So, all right, y'all, here's the final style. Clean taper. We got the back silhouetted, so it's not going all the way up to his crown. Some volume. He has natural waves, so we push it back. We got him a comb over, just giving his natural waves kind of shape and placement to go to. But that's the taper. But yeah, that's the final cut. I'm also gonna drop in when he gets a normal ball fade all the way around. It kind of shows off that bulk and shape a little bit better. The taper is just a little bit harder to get that shape coming out, just because I don't want to make it look more like an Edgar. But with the fades, you can definitely tell that shape, that it's kind of flaring out and giving him more of a round shape around the back, and then going up square towards the front. But hopefully this helped you guys, especially if you're a client that goes to get their hair cut and you notice when you get home that there's just no shape back there, it's really flat. They're probably bringing your haircut up way too high. Especially like you don't really want a flat or like round-ish shape that's cut in, that's going into the parietal ridge. You kind of want it to flare off the parietal ridge anyway. So like I said, you see a lot of these hairstyling places, and they'll just bring the clippers straight up to the crown, and it just is not a good shape for a masculine haircut. So, but if you guys could like the video, drop a comment. Let me know if you're gonna try this, or if you're gonna try this on your own hairstyle, and hopefully it works out better for you. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Really helps the channel. I really appreciate all of my followers, all of my subscribers that support me. But as always, I really appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.